this summer I'll be celebrating my 20-year anniversary involved in Filipino martial arts, training in Filipino martial arts. I've been teaching martial arts now for 12 years. Majority of those years it's been my full-time job. It became my full-time career in 2009, 10, somewhere around there. So almost around 10-year mark as teaching martial arts has been my primary full-time gig. And over the years, I've learned some tips and tricks on how to improve your Kali and or overall martial arts practice. And I've also helped a lot of other people improve their Kali practice as well. So in this video, I want to share with you my 3 top tips on how to become a better Kali practitioner. All right, tip number 1, very important. Make sure that you have a solid curriculum, a program that you can follow. One of the things in Filipino martial arts that I've come across many years training with a lot of different people is that when the teacher is teaching class, oftentimes it feels like they're kind of just teaching whatever they want to teach that day. This can be good in some ways because it can expose you to a lot of different parts of Filipino martial arts, because it's a vast system, it's a vast style, it's a vast martial art. But at the same time, it can lead to some frustrations because it's hard to progress when everything is picked out as random to be working on. So you want to make sure that you have a curriculum or program that has a good step-by-step instruction that you can just follow. You can take the thinking of what goes where, you can take that out of it and just train progressively. That is absolutely important. This is why, like other types of traditional martial arts like Taekwondo and karate and Kung Fu, this is why those martial arts are so successful, is because a lot of those have a standardized curriculum for students to follow. So that way, they go through, their white sash, their yellow sash, their orange sash or belt or whatever, and so on as building blocks all the way up to black belt or whatever the advanced level is. There's a progression there, and a progression in training is absolutely important. So you want to make sure that you find a program that has a step-by-step curriculum that takes you from step 1, the very beginning, and progressively builds you up all the way up to the advanced levels or however far you want to take it. Tip number 2, this one's going to sound extremely redundant and it's going to sound super simple. It is very simple, but it's not always easy. And my tip number 2 is train every day. You got to physically do something every single day. If you have a good curriculum, a good guide to follow, then you already know what to be working on. Don't be afraid or be ashamed to work on the same material for 2 weeks or even 3 weeks or even 4 weeks at a time. All right, take your time with material, but train every single day. The important thing to focus on here on daily training is consistency. Consistency is more important than duration. I get asked so many times, probably one of the most common questions that I get is, hey Paul, how long is it going to take me to get good at this move or this skill, or how long is it going to take me to get good at footwork, or how long is it going to take me to get good at Kali in general? And a lot of times I tell people, well, don't focus on the length of time that it takes. Just be consistent. Focus on consistency, execute with consistent effort, and be consistent with your persistence, meaning you're training every single day, and the duration will come. The time will automatically add up. But instead of sitting there thinking about how long is it going to take, you're actually physically training, so you're walking through that progress of duration anyways. If you are training consistently, you're gonna get better a lot faster. It might take a few months, it might take a little longer, it might take a little less. It just depends on how you are with your material. It depends on the curriculum that you're training. And some things you're gonna pick up a lot faster, and other things might give you a little bit more trouble. So in conjunction with a good curriculum, kind of like a little bonus one, is make sure you got good training support. Make sure that you can go to a teacher or go to a group or go to somebody and look for feedback and ask questions and all that. Very, very important. But if you're not training, you're not going to develop questions to ask. And this is one of the most important reasons why training consistently every day, like when I tell my students, beginners, intermediate, and my advanced students, even my staff, if you're not training every day, you're not gonna develop questions. Your questions are not going to advance. So one of the ways as a teacher to tell a difference between a beginner student and an advanced student, not just by skill, but is also by conversation. The advancement of the questions go up as a student advances in skill. So train every single day, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes a day. I always tell my guys, hey, train for 5 minutes, because there's no such thing as only training for 5 minutes, right? You're gonna get into it and you're gonna spend at least 10 to 20 minutes training anyways. And if you do that every single day, the consistency, even in a small chunk time, is going to override trying to cram in 3 hours once a week. So think about consistency in training over duration, and that's going to accelerate your skill development in Kali. So tip number 2 is simple, but I know it's not always easy. I know that there's things that happen in our daily schedules that maybe prevent us from being able to train every single day or what, but I'm sure if you make it a priority, you can find 10, 15, 20 minutes in a day to get a little bit of work in. If it's a footwork drill, if it's a striking mechanic drill, whatever it is, you can get it in. And solo training is absolutely critical. Don't wait for a partner to show up or not show up. Don't wait for a partner to show up or cancel on you. All right, just spend a little bit of time working some coordination, working some movement, and those questions are going to develop. Other questions are going to be answered. But the important thing is that you're training every day and you're actually improving your skills. All right, tip number 3, don't look for short-term progress. You want to look for long-term progress. You're not going to make a whole bunch of progress necessarily that you can see or that you can identify from day 1 to day 2 to day 3 to day 4. It's going to take time. So this is why I recommend, especially if you're training alone, even if you are training with a school or an instructor or a group or anything like that, grab your phone or grab a camera. It doesn't have to be anything, expensive or anything. And film yourself moving, film yourself training, and make sure you do this from time to time. And over a 6-month period, a 12-month period, right, you're gonna see a lot of improvement, but you're not gonna see a lot of improvement from Monday to Wednesday, right, of the same week. That's not where you're gonna see it. So don't get too hard on yourself if you don't have this immediate gratification, like reward of this amazing skill development in 24, 48 hours. Take your time, have fun, enjoy the process. This is why it's nice to get outside, go for a hike, bring your gear, do a little bit of training while you're enjoying the fresh air, the sunlight, the trees, all the elements around you. And this helps to keep the consistency and break up the monotony of training in the living room or going to the same gym with the same mats, the same color, and all that stuff, right? Get outside, helps to break it up, and it just makes training a little bit more enjoyable. Bonus tip to help you become a better Kali practitioner. From time to time, if you can't do it all the time, it's okay, but from time to time, get on out to events, head out to seminars, head out to workshops, intensive training camps, and get around high performers, all right? Not just any Kali performers or practitioners. You want to get around the high performers. Get around the people who, they almost like obsess over this. Because when you're training with them, one, they're going to want to train with you. They're going to want to help you out. And they're a great resource to answer your questions. And during training with them, they're going to give you tips. Right? They're going to give you a lot of tips that they've discovered along their own personal Kali journey that you can't get anywhere else. So when people come out and they train with us at Kali Center, they come out to our events, they come out to our camps, they come out to our classes, you're gonna train with the staff. You're gonna train with me, you're gonna train with Tom, you're gonna train with Ali, you're gonna train with Kevin, you're gonna train with Raf, right? You're gonna train with everybody. Because one, we wanna train with you, and we want everybody to get better. Like that's our ultimate goal here at Kali Center. So we're gonna give you everything that we can possibly give you to help you out. So get around high performers as often as you can. Don't super sweat it. If you can't get around them, you know, because of time or because of finances or because of whatever life brings your way. Like, I totally understand, you know, things happen. Like, don't sweat it too much, but if you can, try to make an appointment at least once, twice, or 3 times a year to get around these, like, what I call super high performers. Other times a year, if you can go out and train with other groups, train with other practitioners, train at, you know, go check out some local events or anything like that, well, then do that too. Because obviously the more exposure that you have, the more experience you're gonna gain. And experience is obviously the most important, because nothing beats the teaching of experience. So there you got it. Those are 3 of my top tips to becoming a better collie practitioner, plus a bonus one. All right, I gave you a bonus one. The most important thing though is to make sure that you are training every single day. Like, make sure that it's consistent. Make sure you got a good program that you can follow. And, you know, don't take progress super seriously. You know, have fun with it. That's the most important thing, really, is just have fun. When you're having fun, you absorb the information a lot better, and you just retain it a lot better, you know, and it's more enjoyable. When things are enjoyable, you want to keep doing it. So have fun. That's the most important thing. If you are looking for a program, if you're looking for a curriculum to follow, a step-by-step process to follow, then head over to colliecenter.com and check out our Inner Triangle program. Our Inner Triangle program, this is our official curriculum that we teach in person. This is what we teach at class. This is what I use to train my staff. This is what I teach when I'm out doing seminars and training camps and all that stuff. And it is quite different than what we put here on YouTube. So if you're looking for that full detailed instruction, you're gonna find it in the Inner Triangle. Like, you're gonna see everything from footwork, the how-tos, the wheres and the whats and the whens, striking mechanics, proper calibration drills, so that way you can strike and move at the same time. There's a ton of solo training to do in there to develop coordination and agility and all that stuff. Obviously, you're gonna learn partner training as well, but you're also gonna know how to train the drills solo for the times that you don't have a partner. You know, and we also throw in extra training support. So we do have a private support group for our members to ask your questions, get involved in the discussions, and you can post up your training videos right there, so that way we can review them, we can tell you what you're doing well, we can tell you the adjustments to make, and we have people from all over the world that are training in our Inner Triangle program, and they're killing it now. I mean, the progress that is being made is amazing, and there is no other long distance training program that I have seen yet. And I've looked at all of my, you know, competition, and there really is nothing out there that provides a long distance training program like our Inner Triangle program. Along with our training support, along with the video programs, these are exclusive videos. You can't find them anywhere else other than the Inner Triangle. We also conduct twice a year complimentary training camps just for our Inner Triangle members. These are at no extra cost. All you gotta do is travel on out to wherever we hold them, and we try to hold them in different places. So that way it makes it a little bit easier for everybody to get there, at least get to one of them if you can. And we're always working on something specific to the curriculum. So this allows our members to get in-person time and experience with myself, with Tom, with Ollie, and with everybody else that is on the Inner Triangle. And it gives you time to go and train with everybody. So we have so much to offer Inner Triangle members. They get so many other benefits. There's so much other bonus stuff that we include for our members. If it is something that you're interested in, if you want to have that curriculum that you can follow step by step with extreme detailed instruction, if you want that extra training support, if you want to come out to those complimentary training camps, then really consider the Inner Triangle. It might be the right program for you, but at least give it a shot. Obviously, if you discover that it's not for you, or you needed to take a break, whatever it is, it's very easy to do so. It's very easy to cancel your membership if you needed to. There's no questions asked or anything like that. And then whenever you're ready to jump back in, just jump right back in. You know, we just want people to train. We want people to have fun, and we want to help people along the way actually improve and become better collie practitioners. So if you find this video useful, hit the thumbs up button. leave me a comment below. And again, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're really trying to do a lot out here to help people who just want to get started with Kali or find out about Kali or experiment about Kali. That's why we're doing the YouTube channel, to help promote Filipino martial arts as an all, right? So hopefully these tips you find useful, and get out there, man, and start going training, my friend. Go train, and maybe I'll see you soon in the future and we'll get some training together. I'll see you later.